Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to the Real Stuff Podcast. This morning is Friday, and on Friday we have Poetry Corner. And this morning, our very special guest, our very special poet, is Miss Chantelle Laws. Am I correct? Wonderful.
Yes, you are.
Good morning, Chantelle. How are you doing?
I'm great. Giving
Wonderful.
thanks. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. And we are so happy to have you on our Poetry Corner. Could you start by just telling our viewers and listeners who is Chantelle?
Chantelle is, that's a very good question. A poet, a lover of life, lover of people, um, someone that is very passionate about sharing her thoughts, and just the overall upliftment of people, Black people in particular.
Okay, okay. So what do you have for us today? Tell us a little bit about
I have a,
your development in poetry. When you started and what prompted you to start? What's keeping you going?
why, what prompted me to start was just a divine inspiration.
Okay,
Um, I was one day just inspired to write. I'd never before thought about writing, and I just started to write. And ever since then, I've been writing. And what keeps me going is a continuous inspiration that I get. I constantly observe what's happening around me, and I can't help but write about it,
okay.
So, yeah.
So how long have you been writing now?
I've been writing about, wow, 7 years.
Okay,
Yeah, about 7 years. And over the years, my writing has evolved from just social commentary to everything else that I write
okay.
about.
What do you like about it? Is it the writing or reading what you write afterwards?
I like reading what I write afterwards. Yeah, I think the writing process, I tend to tell people the writing process can be a very cumbersome one, because being overwhelmed by so many thoughts and wanting to get them out is
Hmm.
usually, like the birthing process.
Okay,
So we're usually more wrapped up in the baby afterwards than the actual labor process.
hmm, hmm.
Yeah.
So based on that, any special area that you know that you delve in, or just very broad?
Um, I guess the special area that I delve in would have more to do with social commentary,
Okay,
blackness, and just overall, based on what my observations, would inspire me to write. So I can be walking in an impoverished place today and go home and write about what I see. So yeah, I'm usually just documenting mostly what I'm experiencing.
okay, wonderful. Can you
Yeah,
start us off with something?
I sure can.
Because it's Poetry
So
Corner and it's your day, it's your poetry day.
it is. Give
Yes.
thanks.
So give us as much as you can.
I sure will. So this piece I'm going to say first, I wrote it when I was 16. It's
Okay.
the first piece that, got me into poetry and got me into really enjoying speaking about what I'm speaking about.
Yes.
It's called I Am Woman. And I know I had no reason to be writing this at 16, but it's what I was inspired to write. Um, okay, so woman, an adult female human being, but I'm just 16. Just a girl with pure intentions, it may seem, yet I've already begun to unleash the woman in me. For I am woman, the most delicate and precious gem held dear to the hearts of all mankind. the quiet listener yet stern supervisor, the baby-breeding burden bearer, the kind-hearted, sharp-tongued, the strong-willed, broken one. I am Black woman. The kinky-haired, chocolate-skinned, I am Kunta Kinte's kin, never forgetting her roots within. The too angry, outspoken, sick and tired of being broken, little black girl, no. I am Black woman. Not Black woman that sees and doesn't say, but instead says she saw it all for far too long, and my ancestors' bones have you all crawled. I am God's blessed woman. Never stressed woman, never second best woman. Always Proverbs 31st woman, never last woman. Good woman beside every good man, woman, but never needing a man to hold her hand, woman. I am scarred woman, but not scarred bad woman, but scarred good woman. Been there and seen it, woman. Heard thoughts screaming, woman. Left here bleeding, woman, but never staying, woman. No. Never dying, only crying, woman. For with scars come healing, woman. And that's exactly what we're doing, woman. Falling after failure, but never failing to get up, woman. So get up, woman. You may have messed up, but don't give up, woman. For you are a strong woman. So quit going where you don't belong, woman. Accept that you've already won, woman. For eyes have not yet seen, nor have ears heard, how we have unleashed the woman within.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have a Bradley? You invited a Bradley?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, man, that was really lovely.
Thank you.
And a
Thank you.
16. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So you can see where there was definitely some amount of divine inspiration that was in play,
Yeah,
because I had no
you're
right to
deep.
be writing that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah,
More like 60.
more like 60. And that piece has been pretty timeless over the years.
Yeah, well, it would be, yes.
Yeah,
Go ahead, give us something else.
sure. All right. So, um, now there was a point in my poetic career. Blessings, Bradley. Thank you for joining. There was a point in my poetic career that I started to delve in the dub side of things. So this other piece is called Dubruption Interruption.
Hmm.
Fallacious realities construed to interrupt consciousness construction. Imitations in the form of misinterpretations. Limitations come with skewed intentions. Come for take a high redemption. Come to speaky spokey but not serve no true function. Swimming around pools of intellectuals, theoretical professionals. I hope you're listening. Because too much things are go missing. Too much sins unwritten. Too much favor and pardon. Too much uncalled for assaulting. Quick for take the cash and run right up under imaginary monetary fund. Sick for think my stash are done, so you scheme and find another gun. Another son for carry go a station. Good. Now I have no attention. For nation creators, this is our current devastation. Our mucky, muckle we find ourselves in, but we can't seem to understand say our next man contribute to our man eat for dinner. We just can't seem to forget say and not just the pagan them and him friend cause the problem. Now getting this is vital because and not just them have the solutions either. So you stamp everything with don't try this at home and expect me not to call it home. Write up in a book and call it savior, creator. Then expect me not to realize them me and him no favor. Not just color but social strata. Poor get poorer, rich get smarter. Have we a suck them brata through wooden spoon and all of this would even get the half of? Exactly. Now call me necromancy master, but this negromancer come to back answer. Come for black answer this disaster we currently reside in. This a true over this a ton flu we a catch up. A true we even know say all we need to do is get up. Mash up them chessboard, yes, we need to start stretch more. Ancient practices are missed, and then we wonder why we grow stunted. Dancing to our demise like it's a fun thing instead of gathering and hunting. Resurrect the true revolutionaries and see what we can salvage. Convert, stroll to pilgrimage and prepare for more pillaging of villages. Call me selective, but I'm more of an eclectic century, sent in this century to ensure the re-entry of the slowly fading, fire-blazing mentality. All are we not new to this. We are not new to this. But if we insist on rejecting our ancestors' tutelage, then futility is what we'll continue to see. Fallacious realities construed to interrupt consciousness construction. Incoming the chantologist sent to awaken the masses amidst all of this madness. Give thanks.
Wonderful, wonderful. So
Thank
you normally
you.
perform these poems?
I do from time to time, yes. There are, a couple of poetry shows that I'll go to and perform them. Yeah, so that came in a time where I was, as I said before, observing all the madness happening around me and seeking to, speak about it, bring awareness to it, and also shed some light on the fact that this is something that we can also contribute to the changing of, and not just talk about it.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
Stacy wanted to say something. Stacy?
Blessing, Stacy. Give thanks for
Blessing.
joining.
I was just clapping.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Chicabel.
Good to have you. Good to have you.
Yes.
So you're a poet too, Stacy?
That was when I was younger, no more. I followed the poetry movement though.
So what age you have to do is with poetry?
No, I was saying I used to do it when I was younger.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you what age has to do with it.
Just changing focus.
Okay.
Yes, but I do enjoy it, and I used to follow it at UE, at White Bones, at Red Bones.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is this movement beside where I used to work at Eximbank on Cleveland Avenue. The Rastafarians used to gather on Fridays, I think once per month, and do it, follow that as well.
Wonderful.
But since COVID, a lot of the, stuff broke down. So
yeah,
I'm not sure
COVID
where the movement is now.
Put a halt on most things.
We're slowly creeping out.
I used to go to Red Bones myself.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful there.
Yeah, we're slowly creeping back into the sphere,
Yeah, we're getting back alive.
There was a festival the other day that was funded by an international partner that they did the persons who are doing poetry, they did persons who are making short films and so on.
Okay.
Poetry one, but I caught the one that they did at Janga's. That was really good. So they do have some international funding for persons in the movement.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we have a couple things because there's a poetry show that happens on a monthly basis at Ragamuffin Hostel. There are a couple poetry shows. Edna Manley Poetry Society of Jamaica does their fellowship once every month, every last Tuesday, in the amphitheater. So we're slowly creeping back into our usual
face-to-face,
face-to-face sharing of poetry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Bless up everybody, Just there. I go on. Take
Ellis?
in the vibe. No.
Oh, that's Bradley.
Bradley. Okay, Bradley.
Yeah, man.
Good to have you. Are you a poet also? Or you just
Me, no, I'm just an idle thinker,
You're just a what?
An idle thinker. We're not the poets. Just have some random thoughts that sound like poetry, but
that is good. That is good.
Yeah, man.
So you can give us one today?
We can go on a piece or something else. Most of mine when them not really rehearse, so some of the time, in a flow as how it should, but we can give you something.
Yeah, man.
Alright. I don't know which one you want. You want well, both of them are social commentary. We give you time versus money versus love, because probably that's one of the previous
That one that sound big.
Yeah, man. It goes something like this, because if you talk to everybody, one of the main problem with them have, a common factor at time, money, love.
Okay.
And it goes something like this. She wants me to spend more time with her, but remember, time is money. Also bear in mind that she wants to find things in life. But with less money being made because more time is being spent with her, how do I still provide and maintain her needs without making the money needed to do so? Making the money, however, and spending no time usually leads to the relationship lacking intimacy. And now all I'm doing is just being a great provider for her and the person fulfilling her needs that, like a vegetarian, I just can't meet. Money and love meeting in the middle is the aim. Strike a balance. These days, money equates to love because of the desire for vanity. With the money comes the love, but never ever with the love comes the money. Hence, so many love triangles. So many bees are around because money is the bees that created the honey. Time versus money versus love. Yeah, man, I eat that.
Yeah, man, I want it deep.
I love it.
Yeah, man, very deep. Very, very, very deep.
Yeah, man. So, I'm going to say just some idle thoughts, random thoughts.
But them powerful.
More than idle and more than random.
Yeah, power, man, very powerful.
And I have a next one, I remember it fluently off the top of my head, but it was something like, knife or gun, knife or gun. One or the other take people life for fun. Them two weapons are easier to get than light from the sun. And if you escape them two, then spiritual wickedness, them a wish for your life be done. Elude all of them, then you still have bad mind and envious people, still a try bring you down. And if none of that no reach you, still have lawyer, doctor, thief, and politician. You still ensure so your finances are born. And if you sidestep all of them, then you have cancer, AIDS, stress, and COVID that try to flip you on the faster than some hungry school picnic, mash up a Nutribud. So you still say Jamaica no problem, man, like a true, authentic get out, man, to foreign you want to make a run. And if the visa not come your way, it looks safe if you go try to do tomorrow them for a compound. At least you know so everything up is occurring. You see me? I don't remember the rest like, but
I love this one. I love this one. I mean, anything you do, something must hold you.
yeah, man, and if you look on the news, the common factor we take life is a knife or a gun.
Gun, yeah.
You see me? So
but you have like, so many other things.
Yeah, because we got
I think you leave out. I think you leave out one of the main ones, though.
Well, no, the last part I go, so like me I say, and if none of that not take your life, then we have knife, gun, or bun. Like some go like the last part it go like knife, so it got knife, gun, or bun because like me I say, it's like me I say basically if none of that not take your life, then you still have somebody that cheat on somebody. Yeah. And all of a sudden, the person you love yesterday, you're ready for run, for them blood for run. Take out them heart and I say, yo, this is funny, half it done. But I remember it half of the top of my head, but it equate back to that circle, that tree of that.
You need to put in road accidents, because them take most of the life them. Them take more life than gun now.
True that. I want to say that right. A good because it just that right more than 5 or 6 years now.
So Chantelle, back to you.
But you need to end it on a positive note. So when you say all of that and say, oh, them after them do all of that and the fun go done, then you can end it with saying, but so just may as well just have the fun or something like that. A positive thing about just living life conscious and enjoying what you have and the time you have, because the positivity is still there and you have to find it in the sun.
That's true. As I say, most of the time for me is just my thing them not refined because I not practice it as much.
We understand.
I work when I did young and enthusiastic about expressing myself. Yeah, cause even the one our next one them say out the road rough because politicians fuck the economy and everything get tough. I try every little thing to make $1, but it's like when I do just not enough. Since as quick as I can deposit the money, student won't take out for them little much. Then you look for me and I look for you and to yourself you think, look for a good boy with on a rascal at cross. But you ever wonder how it feels for done university and to make a little money and have to go through some bumbuckler stuff. And then society come and tell me say education are the key. But them never tell you if you never reach are the key to deeper poverty. The rascal loan from SLB. Graduate from school in our country and a job opportunity. Then you wonder why crime rates are high. Oh, you know what come tell me about peace, love, and unity. How do I spread that amongst my peers in the unemployment community? Well, since the graduate them put in the work and the government never really put none in place to it. You know, if you said the government to give we the graduates some financial immunity and to at least get a work. Because big man, I'm tired to open Sunday cleaner with fear. Because I can't take the public embarrassment and scrutiny from SLB. Outer road rough. Outer road tough. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Classic.
Yes.
Classic.
So, yeah, that's my little two-piece. You know,
Yeah, man.
right,
Thank you. So we're back to
right.
be.
Right, but me not recite, no?
Yes. Yes, Chantelle. All
Yeah.
about you now.
If thanks, Bradley, for sharing those not
Yeah,
so
man.
idle thoughts. This other piece I have, it's called My Heart Weeps, you know. In my observation of all that's happening around me, I can't help but empathize and feel deep sadness. So, my heart weeps for the lost sheep that have blindly accepted being led astray. Ignorantly misled, seeking a corrupted head to continually lead the way. Garvey spoke of the rootless tree, and it's so disheartening to see history still stuck on repeat. My heart weeps for the youth still deeply asleep, unaware of their impending demise due to the mind-altering screens glued before their eyes. Condemning the wise while subscribing to lies perpetrated by the seemingly polarized Antichrist in disguise. Souls for sale as cheap as clothes and lines in return for an even further closing mind. My heart weeps for my unborn child, who will live to face these troubling times, and though I'll try my best and leave the Most High to do the rest, considering all I continue to witness, my heart weeps for what's to come next. My heart weeps for the poverty-stricken dying in the street, the ones who still can't find food to eat while the powers that be continue to confiscate their meager means through unethical, filthy taxation schemes. My heart weeps, and my mind can't keep from contemplating why the divide remains so deep. My people, it's full time we reclaim our right to an equal fight. Now, we might seem few in number, but never underestimate the power of combined effort. Nothing new under the sun, just a new voice reiterating old information. So I urge you, carefully contemplate our current situation and tell me what you believe is the solution. Unity isn't as far-fetched a concept as it seems. And so I write and I speak, and my heart will continue to weep in perpetuity until my people are finally free. Until the weeds are fully separated from the wheat, masquerading as the weak, my heart weeps. Give thanks. That is that one. Yeah. All right. No feedback. Can go on to our next one.
Loving it.
No, man, I really, that one is very, very, very deep. You look like you're a very deep thinker.
Yes.
That's what it shows.
Both are blessings.
Pause and process that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pause and thank you, Ellis.
Yeah, one a deep, man. Deep.
Yeah, it's
Go
both
ahead,
a
yeah,
blessing
man.
and a curse to think so deeply and feel so deeply,
Yeah.
Because on one side of the coin, we are blessed with this amazing gift of being able to analyze things so deeply, and on the other hand, we're also cursed with just the burden of feeling so deeply.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this other piece I wrote. In celebration of the mother, in celebration of the life giver. I'm forever in awe of, just the mother and the pregnant woman and what she goes through. And so I was observing a woman one day, and I'm constantly observing pregnant women. And so this piece came about, Ode to Mother. For months, your body beholds these burgeoning, baby-bearing burdens, stretched thin to accommodate this new thing. This ever-expanding seedling you bear, and make it look so easy, my dear. Believe me, until I'm as privileged to experience this, my words will forever lack credence. See, some form of intellectual hit and miss in an attempt to explain you, Miss Human Oven. Literal angel, Miss Heaven's portal. Connecting ether to physical, you are nothing short of phenomenal. For months, your mind morphs mundane practices into practicing pure magic. Nurturing this new soul it's now housing, and I can only imagine adjusting to this changing can be agonizing. And see, that's where the magic comes in. Blessings in the form of coping mechanisms, be it healthy or otherwise, you get by. And I remain mesmerized every time. From observing your beautifully contorted physique to experiencing your powerful mystique, for months you endure what you were so intricately built for. Making even more room for more, you expand, expanding possibilities galore. You contracting the possibility to a visit to death's door. You relax, relaxing laws of duality for sure, for in this case, who knows? 1 + 1 could somehow equal to 4. For months, you unleash nature's deepest, timeless secrets, balancing breath while poker facing death, remaining conscious from heart to head, bloodshed bred being, womb bearing, all feeling, loving, unconditional, phenomenal woman. For months, your body prepares the population's newest addition. And for eons, we benefit from your divine contribution. That's that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Powerful.
Yeah, man, very powerful.
Now something similar to that, but I remember it off right top of my head. Now pursue with me.
Nice. So,
Keep us going,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I can continue to read?
Yeah, of course.
No,
What?
stop it.
The poet's paradise?
Yes.
All right. So, during COVID, I was tasked in my head to document the revolution, if any. You know, I was sent in a very deep state of introspection and observation of all that was happening around me. And so a couple pieces came out from that. And so the pieces I'll be saying after now came from all I observed during
COVID.
the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So history repeats itself, and once again defeated the ignorant fell. Once again dictated by the hunter them, launching their movement towards deeper mental entrapment, while hungry souls still roam the pavement. Boastful laws are being met by the government. Pretentious puppets perpetuate poverty, greed governing their gluttonous need to imitate the wealthy. And at the inception, it seemed to begin with unlawful quarantines. However, that only set in motion their filthy financial scheme. Hoping the sheep won't squeal, but rather rejoice at the sight of the glistening guillotine. And unfortunately, in these times, the genocide is televised. While all the lambs are forced to stay inside, the powers that lie continue to deepen the divide, with shiny jingles and meager incentives, and while common sense seems to become more non-existent, malicious intent is also quite evident. The question of where all the money went comes up again, and promises that preceded the current government seem to be receding in the minds of whom they were initially meant. History repeats itself, and defeated, the disunified fell. Unafraid to speak up for a change, but scared silent when moves are to be made. And for those who step away, for those who even dare to question, are perceived to be drowning in confusion. Well, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Time will distinguish reality from illusion. That's that one. So
Yeah, powerful something, man. You see me?
give thanks. A whole heap of things that go on, and a whole heap of people never does enough things, you know. But we stayed in the background, as the scribes usually do, and made the observations and wrote what we need to write.
Yeah, man. I have one for you too, man. You know. And if you want me give you one before you give me your next one.
Just a
All right.
second, guys. Just a second, Chantelle. I have to run to another meeting. This was
Sure.
great. It contributed to my wellness, and I look forward to the next one.
Of course. Give thanks for coming, Stacey.
You're welcome. Take care, guys.
Bless up
Thank you,
yourself.
Stacey.
Blessings.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bless up. Yeah, man. So this name quarantine, it might have some grammatical error. Just write it as it occurred. But
Do you think, man? Do you think?
it said quarantine my mind after my body was arrested from the streets. My mind needed to sterilize from the infectious fucker that I've been exposed to in this world. The silence reassured me that everything might not be the same again, but it's going to be okay nonetheless. Mother Nature reminded us that we are the children and not the parents. Reality check with a whole financial debt behind it. Some are happy being confined in their houses while others are terrified. Think about the children who look forward to going to school to escape the physical abuse dished out by the harassers they live with. Imagine the living nightmare of the children seeing the person who stole their innocence every day for the full 24 hours, wondering if they are going to be bored by the boring parents sending them deeper in the darkness of this abyss of depression. To the wife who wakes up physically and put on a show because mentally she can't show that she's broken from the abuse she's been enduring even more since the quarantine. Thinking if she should say something or should she issue thinking if she could say something so they can issue a warrant for an arrest. To the husband being nagged and dragged from an obstreperous speaker for a mouth. Even the mosquito seems more welcoming to the words thrown at his eardrums at lightning speed. With nowhere to turn and no escape, he sees himself sinking into the black hole of anger with no way to elude the source. The quarantine.
That one is so real.
Yes,
So real.
man.
And that one of the sad effect or one of the thing that came to light from observation in the quarantine because you see, you just imagine when you think about the pedophilia and all of the abuse for them kids, you have to endure and people realizing say because another lockdown thing there when it go on, a lot of people realize say them live with a stranger.
Oh yes.
So
Unfortunately.
Right now we are doing some mental health shows.
Yeah.
That we're moving into the post-COVID session now where we can analyze. We have some experts who will analyze just what you spoke about a while ago and other things like that because all of that affect mental health to a very, very great degree.
And it shuffled the deck too because what happened was a lot of people, because of routine, you come home and you chat for a minute or two, but your person you do it for years, both of them change and not even realize because the routine never break.
Yeah.
So the point when you realize that you're at home now with each other, have to face the new person where you not even know who is this because you never have to face that part of the reality before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Routine is a very dangerous thing, You can, like I say, you can go through you can miss a
Complacency
whole portion of your life.
Yeah, because complacency is a killer where most people don't realize because everybody's them promote the comfort zone not realizing so the comfort zone kill most people than uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
If you check most bad men are dead because they get complacent and comfortable.
Of course.
Yep.
But yeah, man, Chantelle, run your piece there, because
Yeah, and it seems like you're working with divine timing because my piece have a lot to say about quarantine and things too.
Okay,
so
wonderful.
It's times like these we really see how much healing needs to be done. How much broken vessels have become broken households. It's times like these we recognize just how many lies we've ignored, just how many lives we've ignored in the sake of retaining normalcy. Mr. World Leader, in your proposal to pray for the physically sick, please remember the sickening brethren we are giving baby mother even more lick. The 16-year-old daughter we have to put up with uncle remarks after she done online class. So much slackness we rather dismiss all in the name of political progress. Now I'm going to try my best not come across with too much aggression, but too much things now get mentioned. Now everybody wants to sound like big man and big woman, but turn where your face when you witness something wrong. Listen me now, man. Man out there blame the baby boy pain upon him imagination. Woman are raise help on her workless husband. Side chick, side step, now be a problem for the wife and pitney them. Now it's all good and well. Great actually. To find the people them up a woy, but explain to me why Miss Matty miss more money from our place and all of a sudden you forget the boy face. But I come with it. We need to understand that everybody have it sweet in the quarantine. When you call a friend for listen to the excitement, then I might as well give him the gun then. Pay attention. For we are faced with two crisis situations. Total biological and domestic depletion. And while we consider our COVID contribution, let's understand that each one heals one. The hurt we experience today displays the pain we witnessed and ignored yesterday. Everyone has their part to play and healing's the game. So pray for the working single mother of 3 would even have a safe place to call her a safe space from the pitney them. She'll try her best. Offer some words of encouragement. Pray for the hotel chef who can't even feed himself. The day's work man them we couldn't eat today. Your young pregnant friend them probably are stressed out again. Check up on them. Addiction and alcoholism are real problems. Notice the trend. Because mind sanitizers are even harder to get. And just try your best not make it get to your head, my friend. I beg. And may I say, is doing nothing does enough things. Offer help with homework to the ones you know struggling. Send something for the elderly woman in your community. Consider it your COVID contribution to healing. Because trust me, we need it. Yeah.
That one bad. Yeah.
Give thanks. There was a lot that was being perpetuated onto the people then. You know,
Yeah.
During COVID, I'm actually say, boy, break my heart.
It was a mental stress for me, in the sense where you see the people them get played and them just start play into the game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good way to put it. The people them get played, man.
Yeah, oh yes.
And I mean, speaking up about it was one thing, you know, but it's like the more you talk about it, the more frustrated they get because some people just never let go take what you say to them.
You know the thing for me was I had to learn to detach myself from, trying to save the masses and just realize, guess what? Whoever wants to be saved will find them way. They may find you if they need it, but trying is like where I put it now. Try bring somebody to a consciousness where they're not ready for. And take them out of them comfort zone, bring them to somewhere where you are and thinking they are there too, not realizing that that your is reality, not theirs.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of, you see, being the change you want to see is a very important thing to keep in mind, because a lot of the times we want to change the masses and we spend so much energy or we expel so much energy into trying to change them, but you just have to be the change within yourself and change that will allow people to be influenced in a different way, because preaching to them is not going to get them. When they see that there is a different way and that different way is more constructive than what they're currently choosing, then it's going to be much easier for them to look over that side there, as opposed to somebody just coming in them face and preaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know that we're almost out of time and I have this last piece now.
No, man, you have enough time, man. You have at least 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. So we know proverbs and thing, and our Jamaican proverbs. And I remember reflecting this one time on something that somebody said, some people they want for, like, you have a particular way of seeing things, just like we were talking about a while ago. And they probably want to come around and try to steal your shine and tell you that, no, so it can't go so. You can't dream that big. So, me ear say heart the nearest chicken Mary. And what sweet nanny goat I go run in belly. But listen this and try know I'm not sorry. So what for you? Not have to be for me. I have to seek out struggle for validate my success. Because see, I am what they refer to as a miracle. No arrogance, humility is all me possess, and you'll find nothing but blessed beyond the encasement of this flesh. unconditional love, light, and untainted happiness constitutes attributes I express regardless. I reside in residing abundance within. Remaining tapped in, I just so happen to remember where it all begins. So now, led by this understanding, I redeem my right to unlimited abundance, reproaching unknowing humans who misunderstand my stance, speaking through their conditioning, trying to remind me to face reality. Well, what for me can be un for me. And reality remains what I intend it to be. So receive this. With minimal effort, this abundance can flow easy. Firstly, diligently adhere to the law of reciprocity. Lego ego and negative self-spit. It's not worth it. Embracing empathy is really where it's been. Now, the rule of naysaying the naysayers introduces my paradoxical philosophy. Reliving these rudimentary principles daily aid not only in the eradication of vanity, but also edifies my vessel holy, bringing us closer to the holies of holy of holies. So nobody fill your vessel of envy and then misunderstand why my vessel healthy. Now, when everything you choose to consume dirty, so when you see me, come with some puss and dog, now have the same type of look, now have the same look type of energy. Instead of try call down hawk when the chicken are married. But truly, not for preach it and them actions could have fooled me. Quick for blame crosses when them truth talking coming like molasses to rot. I what them expect for themselves, man, now for ask. That's why it's so easy for them pass certain remarks. I forever attract that which I want, so it's not hard to completely eradicate the concept of welcoming the hawk. Yes.
That's a very, very positive one.
Yeah,
Very
man.
positive, yes. We
Yeah,
need to put the positivity out there as
Yes,
often as we can.
and then with you saying that now, that one you will say, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death daily, not because I want to, but because I must. Cell phones, Wi-Fi insist that crime is not enough, and by some way, some means, they must die. So they eat away at our brain cells so discreetly with radiation. It's like they don't even try. I live in a time when at no time respect is due to nothing or no one. No love exists amongst people anymore. We stand weaker to the vanity of this world and Samson to Delilah. It's our gospel, our reason for living. These days, a cell phone can be created to walk in with Jesus, while the internet is equivalent to God being omnipresent. We walk the walk of disciples and follow fashion designers and entertainers more religiously than the real disciples follow Jesus. Love can be bought like an app in the app store. If not, please we delete effortlessly and gate on to the next best app. Facebook statuses are read 10 times more often than scriptures in the Bible. Instead of saying Bible verses, we have no, it has now become our daily bread. Problems are no longer carried to God in prayer. Instead, it's carried to Twitter and Facebook. Like these medium are certified psychologists. These are the days that getting closer to the devil is no longer a big deal. Instead of saying Father God, we're now saying Uncle and Daddy Demon. Praising God is no longer a glorified gesture, but merely a routine like brushing one's teeth. Until trouble find God faster than the same boat 9.5 yet run. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death daily, not because I want to, but because I must. Yeah, man.
Well put together, yes.
Yeah, man. Very positive too, you
Oh,
know.
yes,
The
yes.
message that is, yeah, you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, not because you want to. Why?
But because you must, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I give thanks to a little space here still, I'm not telling a lie, no. Because probably would use my seconds them on TikTok on TikTok. So,
Well,
Ah,
you have to come back, definitely. So you can leave your contacts in the chat.
man, tell them, man.
Okay,
It's supposed to
wonderful.
tell them, man. What do you mean? But, maybe one day I can grace a stage in front of everybody and,
Yeah, man.
most definitely.
keep the
Idle finger
vibration.
not so idle at all.
Yeah.
Whole heap of good things to have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
man, But like it when it ugly, because when it constructive, nobody know I hear it. You see me?
Yes.
But we tell people say even the name idle thinker is not. Most of the time, if you realize how you create in your idle time, you find the most profound
But
things
that
in
in
your
itself is a
ideas.
very powerful name. When you look at it, in a deep,
So,
deep way.
we just call it idle thoughts.
Yeah.
Because most of my material is not even me. It's just me and the vessel where life used to push out enough of them things.
Yeah.
Because some of
Exactly.
them things them I experience. It just come to me, and
Mm.
that's why I tell people, say never be afraid for voice because the whole are in the same room and the same frequency, but it talk to everybody different. Some get
Differently, yeah.
spoken through them create a music, some create a beat, some create a poetry, a poem out of
Yeah.
the same vibration because the whole are resonate on different frequency and interpret life differently. Even though
Yeah.
that's why we can never walk in our next man's shoes, even when the shoes fit.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
you're a
So
bit too
right, yeah.
sensitive and am I little too sensitive, so two different feeling even though I same shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, man, that's how we look on it, man.
Yeah.
Back to you,
Let's,
Chantel. Let's
yeah, man. Now go run still in a cause you're the little money in the background.
okay.
Yeah, man. So
All
I'll
right,
catch up
Bradley.
later. Best of yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Very nice having you.
Blessings. Give thanks
Yes.
for
Yeah.
sharing. All right. So there was a series I had called A Prayer for My People. Wrote a couple pieces, because I just felt like at the time, I mean, we always need prayer, but at the time, man, it was just so overwhelming for me, what I was
Yeah.
experiencing. So to all of you fighting the good fight, resilience. To those endlessly pushing against the currents currently, strength. And even in this moment, my prayers extend to those who may feel hopeless. I pray again that the Most High divinely guides and strengthens. To the seemingly less fortunate, abundant wealth. And to the sick and diseased, choose health. To the confused and willfully ignorant, I hope this peace aids in your attainment of real peace and vigilance. To all facing fleeting feelings of lack, unlearn to relearn your innate principles of unlimited abundance. And to those pursuing actions from a place of unhealed trauma, your Creator would find it pleasing if you decided to pursue healing. To broken-hearted units, be it family or otherwise, choose wisdom and attempt to welcome compromise. And furthermore, from the core of my being, I deeply apologize to those deeply hurting inside. Now I think it's time you quit spilling all your pain on the conveniently undeserving. No justification you come with will ever prove your actions worthy. Now to the faint heart and dulled mind, it's way past awakening time. And to those set to rediscover love, the true embodiment of its unconditional nature is the only thing for you I pray for. To those who've developed the need to procrastinate, I pray this untruth dissipates. To those feeling broken, I pray you reclaim your God-given right to wholeness. And now my prayer even further extends to the whole collective consciousness, of which we all have our part to play. So I pray you keep in mind your residing right to co-create. In heightening this soul-filled resonance, I urge you, remember to remain ever distant from attributes such as arrogance. Instead, exude gratitude in every instance, for every blessing, whether indirect or otherwise, especially those beautiful blessings in disguise. Allow the gift of patience and awareness to guide you smoothly through your beauty-filled existence. Remain cognizant of the fact that on you, all else is codependent. And once again, I pray sincerely for your strength and firmness. For the events of today aim at fostering a bag of weak fence. With this being said, my people, acknowledge and accept that we are going to need to heal too. And in so doing, attempt to identify all open wounds that may need tending to. For the name of this game seeks to reveal all that deceives, so the Most High can heal you. So in ending this, I pray you strive to realign with all relevant frequencies. But soon enough, with adequate application, I'm sure you'll see that achievement of your becoming your best self depends heavily on these things. So I'll keep praying and sowing the seeds, whether or not I'll benefit from the shade of the tree. Yeah.
Wow. That one is very,
Wow.
very special.
Yeah.
Very special.
Give thanks,
Wonderful.
Boy. Yeah. Prayer for my people.
Yeah,
We need a holy for prayer.
yeah. That is
Yeah.
something. That is something we could close on. You have something to follow that up now to close.
I do have another piece.
Go ahead.
Yeah, called The Virus Is Us.
Go ahead. Oh, that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's so sickening for see my own kin killing our soul-sustaining organism. Without a valid reason, we seem to find it so easy to continue the putrid polluting. Truth is, some are we too highfalutin, but it's like we don't realize, say, this your mother, you're not afraid for cut we down to size. All of a sudden, whole heap of crazy things start normalize, like pesticides, high-rise smoke designs, now littering. And how do you see something so amazing and that you come with? Evidently, there is a deep-seated sin within, unconsciously putting an end to what gave us the beginning. Sickening. Now, I may not be a top environmentalist. Love is all I preach, and I try my best to practice it. And with a force so widely unsolicited, that case is kind of hard to win. But as I grow more conscious, it becomes more obvious that our home is sick and the virus is us. So just like any other contaminated host, Mama Earth, I gotta do the best, I gotta do the most to get rid of it. Consider yourself a small part of the whole. And eventually, I hope we all see. We are literal cancer cells and yam this down like chichi. And it's so sickening to witness it. And to get rid of the infection, exact due vengeance and bring back the balance, the sickness turn in a madance. No wonder we are witness so much craziness. Cancer cells that have turned against themselves. And the point of it, all we seem to miss. Sticking to old stories construed to make sense of this, while continuing the damage, we are going to wreck the whole away. Congratulations. We've officially made our distinct toxic imprint. Now, watch the laws of polarity greatly reward us for it. That's it.
Thank you very, very much. Right on time too. Thank you very much. And of course, you know that we'll be contacting you for a part 2 pretty soon.
Okay. No problem.
And this is fabulous. This is wonderful. I can say thank you very much. And then we'll talk within next week to see what will happen.
Sure.
Thank you. And thank Bradley also and your other supporters.
Yes. Blessings.
Okay. All right, until
Courtney.
then. Yeah, man.
Until then, blessings.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
You lead us so full. You belong far away away. Ajugwala lebo buseru. Lida mua, lida sungfula. Lida mua, lida sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do. but you're not good for me. That's why me know I said me have to go flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight.